Hey there! If you're looking to bring some easygoing, lush green vibes into your space, then you probably already know about pothos. They're one of the easiest, most rewarding plants to grow. But did you know there are actually tons of different types of pothos out there? Most people know the classic golden pothos, but that's just scratching the surface. There are so many varieties, each one with its own unique style and personality. In today's video, we're going to explore 18 types of pothos that are not only easy to grow, but they also make awesome displays. Whether you're a seasoned plant parent or just starting out, these plants are perfect for filling up any corner of your home. Alright, plant number 1, no surprises here, it's the golden pothos. This is the pothos everyone knows and loves. With those bright green leaves speckled with golden yellow, it's pretty much the beginner's favorite. And for a good reason, it's super forgiving. Even if you're new to plants, this one's gonna thrive for you. You can hang it up in a basket, let it trail down a shelf, or even train it to climb a little. It grows fast and fills out beautifully, making any room feel way more alive. I mean, look at this thing. And the best part? Low maintenance. Just a little water now and then, and it's happy. Next up, we've got the Marble Queen Pothos. Now this one's a real stunner. Just check out that beautiful white marbling on the leaves, like nature's paint job. If you want a pothos that has that extra pop, Marble Queen is definitely the way to go. Unlike the golden pothos, this one grows a bit slower because it needs more light to keep that gorgeous variegation. But trust me, it's worth it. Place it near a window where it gets a good dose of indirect light, and you'll see those leaves really shine. It's like having a little art piece right in your space. Alright, plant number 3 is the Jade Pothos. Now, this one's a bit of a minimalist. No flashy colors here, just a rich, classic green. If you're into that simple, lush vibe, the Jade Pothos is going to be your new best friend. It's one of the toughest pothos out there, super low maintenance and happy with lower light. So, if you've got a darker corner that needs a little life, this guy will settle right in. Plus, the solid green leaves give it a nice, bold look that works just about anywhere. Next, here's a real eye-catcher, plant number 4, the Neon Pothos. This guy isn't shy. With those electric, almost fluorescent green leaves, it really brings a pop of color. It's like it just lights up any spot you put it in. Neon Pothos does best in bright, indirect light, which helps keep that vibrant color. I love hanging it up high, where the leaves can cascade down, add such a fun, bold vibe to the room. If you're looking to brighten things up, Neon Pothos has you covered. Now, let's talk about something a little different. Dragon's Tail Pothos. This one's got those super cool, jagged leaves that kind of look like a dragon's claws, which is where it gets its name. It's definitely not your typical pothos, but that's what makes it so interesting. It grows pretty fast, and I love how its leaves get longer and more dramatic the more it grows. You can let it trail, or even train it to climb a trellis for a unique, wild look. It's a real statement piece that adds a bit of edge to your plant collection. Next up, we've got the Cebu Blue Pothos. This one's a real gem, with those striking silvery blue leaves that catch the light just right. It's got a cool, almost metallic shine, which gives it a totally different vibe from the typical green pothos. This plant really shines in brighter indirect light, but it's surprisingly tough too. As it grows, the leaves just keep getting bigger and more stunning. I love training it up a pole or letting it trail down. Either way, it adds such a fresh, unique look to any room. Alright, let's check out the Baltic Blue Pothos. Now, this one's pretty special. It's got this deep, rich, blue-green color that makes it stand out from the usual pothos family. The leaves are a bit more rugged, with a leathery texture that adds a nice touch of character. Like the Cebu Blue, this one really loves bright, indirect light to show off its full color. It grows fast too, making it perfect for a statement piece. Whether you hang it up or let it trail, the Baltic Blue Pothos will give your space that cool, tropical vibe with just a little bit of edge. Next, we've got the Global Green Pothos. This one's got these stunning dark green leaves with a little bit of light variegation that just gives it this lush, tropical look. It's not as bold as some of the other pothos varieties, but there's something really classy about it. It's pretty low maintenance and doesn't need a ton of light to thrive, so it's perfect for those areas in your home that aren't too bright. Let it trail down a shelf or hang from a basket. It'll fill out and add a touch of greenery wherever you put it. Global Green's got that perfect balance of subtle and striking. Next, let's talk about the Pearls and Jade Pothos. This one is a little more delicate, with smaller leaves that have this beautiful marbling of white, silver, and green. It's like someone took the Marble Queen Pothos and just made it a little bit more playful. It's perfect for a hanging planter or just letting it trail down a bookshelf. The variegation really stands out in good light. So if you've got a bright spot, this plant will really shine. It's a unique twist on your classic pothos that brings in a bit of elegance and charm. Next up, we've got the Enjoy Pothos. This one's got these super cute, compact leaves with bright white edges that really make it stand out. It's a bit more refined than some of the larger pothos varieties, but it still packs that classic pothos charm. It's great for smaller spaces. Think shelves, windowsills, or hanging in a little basket. The Enjoy's a slow grower compared to some of the other pothos, but that means it stays neat and compact. If you want something that adds a little elegance without taking over your space, this one's a solid choice. Alright, here's one that's got a really cool vibe, the Glacier Pothos. This one's got these beautiful silvery, almost frosted-looking leaves with white streaks, which gives it this nice cool tone. It's like a subtle twist on the classic pothos, but it still has that same easygoing nature. This plant thrives in bright, indirect light, and when it gets enough light, those pale variegations just pop. It's perfect for adding a little extra elegance to your space without being too in your face. Whether you let it hang or trail, Glacier Pothos definitely brings a fresh, clean look to any room. Now let's talk about the Manjula Pothos. This one's a true beauty. Just look at those heart-shaped leaves with all that gorgeous variegation, green, white, and a little silver thrown in. It's like a work of art made by nature itself. The Manjula is a bit of a slow grower, but once it gets going, it really fills out and makes a statement. I love seeing it climb up a trellis or trail down from a high shelf. And with all that variegation, it just adds a touch of elegance to any space, without being too high maintenance. Next up, we've got the Jessenia Pothos. This one's got that perfect balance of green and gold, with these beautiful yellow streaks that pop against the dark green. It's like a fresh twist on the golden pothos, but with a bit more sophistication. It thrives in bright, indirect light, which really makes those gold tones stand out. If you're looking for something that gives you that same lush, trailing look, but with a little extra color, Jessenia's a great choice. It's one of those plants that will always turn heads in your space. Now, check out the Variegated Neon Pothos. This one really brings the heat, with those neon green leaves that practically glow. The white streaks through the leaves add this cool contrast that makes it pop even more. It's like the classic neon pothos, but with a little extra flair. This plant loves bright, indirect light, and when you give it that, the variegation just shines. You can hang it up, let it cascade down, or even let it climb a little. It's a bold statement plant, and it's perfect if you want to add some serious color to your space. Next up is the Snow Queen Pothos. Look at these leaves. There's something really serene about the way the white and green variegation blends together, almost like snowflakes. It's a perfect plant if you're into that soft, elegant vibe. This plant does best in bright, indirect light, which helps those white streaks really pop. I love hanging it up high or letting it trail down a shelf. It fills out beautifully and adds a light, airy feel to any space. Plus, it's super easy to care for, so it's a win-win. At number 16, check out the Harlequin Pothos. This one's got a really cool look, with those big, contrasting white patches mixed in with the green. It's like someone splashed a bit of paint on each leaf, giving it a totally unique, one-of-a-kind vibe. It grows pretty quickly if you give it a good spot with bright, indirect light, and when it does, those bold, variegated leaves just get bigger and more beautiful. Now here's a beauty, the Silver Satin Pothos. This one's got those gorgeous silvery, almost metallic leaves that really stand out. The dark green borders around each leaf give it this cool, edgy look, almost like something straight out of a jungle fantasy. It thrives in bright, indirect light, and when you give it that, the leaves just pop. It's perfect for hanging, trailing, or climbing up a pole. The silver satin adds a touch of class and a little mystery to your plant collection, and the best part is, it's pretty easy to care for, even for beginners. Last, but definitely not least, we've got the Satin Pothos. This one's got a super classy vibe, with these heart-shaped leaves that are covered in this beautiful silver marbling. It's not as flashy as some of the others, but there's something so sophisticated about it. It loves bright, indirect light, and the more light you give it, the more those silver markings pop. You can let it trail down from a shelf or hang it in a basket, and it'll fill out nicely, adding a touch of elegance to any room. If you're after something low-key but still stunning, the Satin Pothos is a great choice. So there you have it, 18 types of pothos that are not only fun to grow, but also look amazing in your space. Whether you're a seasoned plant parent or just getting started, these beauties are super easy to care for and will add a fresh touch to any room. Thanks for watching, and happy planting!